Zach McGinnis, can you hear me? We are back from some technical difficulties. Credit to Zach McGinnis and Andrew Guy for getting us set up. We are missing multiple power cords. For those that have missed it, for the C captains, goal number 1 was Shane Mazer from Brian Essing, and goal number 2 was Brian Essing, his second of the year. 2022 Shreveport Mudbugs draft pick and offensive weapon. Whistle here, instant in front of the Danbury net. Was Sava Makarenko falling awkwardly into the post, product of Westchester Express U18. Brian Essing with 2 points so far. After Shreveport Mudbugs training camp, he was looking for an explosive offensive campaign. Had just 2 points coming into this game, has 2 points already in this game for 4 on the season. Looks like Norwich will be on a double minor power play here for 4 minutes at 5-on-4. Got Brian Essing in the middle with Tegan Byer and Salva Makarenko on each side, and Angelo Donzella and Shane Mazer on the points. Mazer fires back to Donzella. A big shot from Makarenko goes wide and rings around the boards to be retrieved by Shane Mazer in the defensive zone. C captain's looking to break out. Shane Mazer will carry. Advances to Brian Essing. Essing moving into the zone. Puck is cleared back out, stopped by Brendan Pellerito in the C captain's defensive zone, and retrieved by Angelo Donzella of Italy. C captains move back up the ice through the gut of the neutral zone. Shane Mazer at the point, fires wide. Retrieved by Donzella. Tries back for Mazer, doesn't go. Shane Mazer from the point, fires, saved. C captain's working the puck in the corner, that's Brian Essing. Sends back to Shane Mazer, who shoots, doesn't go. And the puck's cleared back out again by Danbury. Shane Mazur, for the third time on this power play, will retreat to the defensive zone. Shane Mazur carrying through. Dumps it in. Sea Captains in a power play change with 2:35 left to go on the power play. Tim Hayden, freshly off the bench, picks it up, cycles back to Eric Massengill of Coppell, Texas, who will take his ice in the D zone and advances to Jacob Begich. Begich joining the Sea Captains after being drafted from Alaska, an alumni of the U.S. JDP program. Pellerito with a spinorama backhand. Number 93 for Danbury, Brody True, dumps it in the zone. Brody True is the True Crew YouTube star. You can find him on YouTube and social media at True Crew, T-R-E-W, Crew. Massengill retreats with pressure on. Turns back up the wall, gives for Begich, who's got time. Sends across to Hayden, who enters the offensive zone. Dumps it in for Begich to retreat. Danbury clears once again. Danbury with a lot of success clearing the puck on this penalty kill. Donzella behind the net leaves for Kinahan, who's going to race up the ice. Gains the red and the blue. Chips wide, but is stood up at the blue line. A failed clear ends up on the stick of Angelo Donzella across to Shane Mazur. Back to Donzella, who waits and waits. Donzella gives it back to Mazur. Fires across to Sava Makarenko, but the pass is deflected. Makarenko working on the wall again. Goes to the middle, but fires too high. Sava Makarenko playing last year for the Westchester Express U18 program. Shout out once again to Zach McGinnis and Andrew Guy for being instrumental pieces in putting this puzzle together. Essing will take the face-off against Beagle. Essing wins forward, rushes to the net. A close save. Essing. Hayden will be swarmed by multiple Danbury Hat-Tricks players, but nothing will come of it as the refs have diffused the situation. Danbury's head coach is very fired up on the bench right now. Danbury with another clear. It's going to be retreated and received by Angelo Donzella, who waits behind the Sea Captain's net. Fires up to Shane Mazur, who's working up the wall. Mazur to Hayden. Chips into the offensive zone. Essing now with a short side shot that will not go. We have a whistle on the play. Another penalty. We'll see who this is on. Looks like another penalty on the Danbury Hat-Tricks. Game is back to 5-on-5. That was Tegan Byer will take the face-off. Tegan Byer was a question mark coming into this game. A game-time decision. Ultimately, was ready to go for the Sea Captains on their middle line with Carson Dutcher and Cam Halton on the side. Cam Halton and Tegan Byer, both natives of West Fargo, North Dakota. Ref just took a tumble there. Danbury regroups and advances the puck through the neutral zone. They'll get it deep. Played out wide by Pellerito. Puck's gone out of play in the Sea Captain's defensive zone. the Sea Captains, we see the high-octane offensive line of Brian Essing, Jack Kinahan, and Nicky Peluso. Nicky Peluso joining the Sea Captains from Rhode Island High School, and he's had quite the rookie season so far. He wasted no time scoring his first few goals. Danbury wins the face-off. It's recovered by Kinahan, who rushes the points. Saved by Pellerito off a sift from the point. As Danbury works the puck below Norwich's defensive zone dots. Sean Loftus recovers. This is moving up the zone. Loftus taken out. Puck's recovered by Kinahan with a failed clearing attempt. Stopped, glove down by Beagle. Danbury looking to regroup in their zone and advance the puck. They looked ahead man but miss and will be icing. No icing called. Beagle of the Hat-Tricks has recovered. Their captain, number 24. Jack Kinahan fires across, but the pass is intercepted. Daryl Smith of the Sea Captains. Very aggressive defensive play here. Danbury's forecheck doing a great job pitting the Sea Captains into their zone. Now Brian Essing and Jack Kinahan advancing a 2-on-1, a 2-on-0 now. Jack Kinahan to his backhand and he scores. A questionable celebration by Jack Kinahan will surely leave Coach Kevin Cunningham thrilled. We see a deflated Danbury team line up for the face-off. After a great shift from the forecheck, they fail to seal the puck. And Jack Kinahan strikes again, leading point scorer for the Sea Captains right now. Quinn Olshan with a good shot on goal, looking for his first junior goal and junior point. An Eastern Connecticut native from East Lyme. Played last year for Xavier High School. Danbury gains possession in the zone. Fires deep. Chris Hamilton looking to break it out. Fires the puck out of play. Will be a defensive zone face-off for the Sea Captains. Quentin Olshan will take this face-off against Brody True. Olshan wins the draw for the Sea Captains with Tim Hayden, who cycles the puck back to Chris Hamilton up the wall. Danbury's defense seals the play back down. Brody True. Eric Massengill up to Mitch Goodman. Danbury gains the red. Gets the puck back into the Sea Captain zone with a strong forecheck. Eric Massengill there to put the fire out. Massengill to Donzella. Misses the pass. And Danbury hammers the puck back below the goal line. Norwich having trouble breaking the puck out right now on Danbury's very aggressive forecheck. So the puck skips out of the zone off a missed pass. Angelo Donzella works on the wall. Cycles to Tim Hayden. Back across to Eric Massengill, who fires it back to Danbury's defenseman. Eric Massengill with a hit at open ice that will be called down for interference. Danbury in the power play now. Puck's loose around below the Sea Captain's net. Recycled by Danbury. Put back up to the point. Worked down the half wall again. Fired across to Brody True, who will send back across the point. through again. Intercepted by Cam Halton, who will dump the puck down the ice. Danbury looking for a power play breakout, but the penalty killing expertise of Tegan Byer and Cam Halton putting them on their heels. Daryl Smith fires the puck back into Danbury zone. Tegan Byer and Cam Halton, penalty killing experts for the Sea Captains, played high school hockey together for the West Fargo Cheyenne in North Dakota. Second period expires with Danbury a minute left in the power play to start the third period. Norwich starts their penalty kill with Tegan Byer and Cam Halton up front, and Shane Mazer and Tim Hayden on the back end. Danbury advances up the ice. Brendan Pellerito plays the puck to Shane Mazer, who fails to get it up the wall. Jammed up by Danbury. Tegan Byer recovers a loose puck, turns it up the wall. Danbury holds at the point. Puck cycles into the corner, back up the point for Danbury. A big shot from Brody True goes just wide. Danbury behind the net, holds the puck, looking for options. Finds a seam, but the puck's missed. Comes out of the zone for Brody True to retrieve. True holds at his blue line, moves it up. True with the puck again, skating through the neutral zone, defended by Tim Hayden, and the play goes offside. Out of the lineup today for the Sea Captains are Presley Patron, a goalie who is healthy. Jameson Bain suffering from an illness. He's day-to-day right now. Andrew Guy and myself, Tony Moran, with a lower body injury. Jameson Bain at home watching us right now. Chris Hamilton of Ridgefield High School pressures the puck. Danbury throws it back up the wall. Quentin Olshan, number 24 for the Sea Captains, gets back deep. 24 for the Sea Captains, worn last year by Ethan Ranger, who now plays for the University of Delaware Blue Hens. Mitch Goodman pressures the Danbury regroup, fires it back to Sean Loftus, who dumps it back into the Danbury zone. Danbury struggling to break the puck out here. Now they do with the seam pass, defended by Daryl Smith, but Danbury will get the puck deep. Danbury looking for the seam. Oh, Danbury celebrating a goal. The refs don't seem to think it went in. Brendan Pellerito sure doesn't think it went in. Danbury goalie fighting the puck, but does manage to get it up to their D. We're now pressured by Jack Kinahan and Chris Hamilton. Eric Massengill stopping the puck at the red line to fire it back into the zone, pressured by Brian Essing and Jack Kinahan. A high-octane combo for the Sea Captains. Danbury moving through the neutral zone with speed. Massengill closes the play off, but the puck comes into the corner. Tim Hayden moves it to Nick Peluso with a failed breakout pass. Danbury regrouping in the neutral zone with pressure from Brian Essing and Nick Peluso. Jack Kinahan pressing now. See a very aggressive forecheck here from the Sea Captains. Brian Essing now puts it back behind the net for Nicky Peluso, who's ran off by Danbury's defenseman. Danbury entering the zone 2-on-1 on Tim Hayden with back pressure from the Sea Captains. A good save by Pellerito on a short side drive from Danbury. Danbury behind the net. Cycles back high. a failed pass. He's a loose puck behind the Sea Captain's net, retrieved by Nicky Peluso with pressure on him. Tim Hayden now battling below the goal line. Played a few games with the Danbury Hat-tricks 2 seasons ago for head coach Kevin Cunningham in the playoffs. Nicky Peluso and Jack Kinahan, Brian Essing out there for a long shift now. Jack Kinahan with a hit on Danbury's D that's protested by their bench, and it looks like they're going to get the call. Penalty on Jack Kinahan will be a hit from behind. We'll see if that's a 2 or a 5 minute penalty. Sea Captains will be 5-on-4. Penalty kill for 2 minutes here. Danbury looking to tighten the gap in this game with the power play. Looks like it might be a major penalty here for Jack Kinahan as Nicky Peluso enters the box to serve the minor. Norwich goes with their trusted penalty kill of Tegan Byer and Cam Halton on the front. Danbury pushed down by Tegan Byer, sends it back up at the point. Danbury with an umbrella power play. True, the shot goes just wide, deflected by something. Danbury up high again, across to True. Danbury looking for a lot of seam passes on the power play. Puck's cleared by Tegan Byer. Cam Halton will pressure as the Sea Captain's D change. Tegan Byer and Cam Halton switch as Cam Halton goes for a change to allow Chris Hamilton to come on the ice. Chris Hamilton, alumni of Ridgefield High School. Hamilton loses his stick as Danbury advances the puck deeper into the Sea Captain's zone. Good defensive work from Tim Hayden now. Tegan Byer rims the puck around, and it's just stopped up by Brody True at the point. Danbury now in close. Pass blocked by Tim Hayden. Chris Hamilton fails to clear the puck on a pinch from Brody True. Now he does. Now he's going to pressure while the rest of the Sea Captains change. We have 35 seconds left on the power play. Danbury racing up the ice from behind their net. Advances the puck. Daryl Smith meets him at the line. Forces a turnover to Chris Hamilton, who clears the puck back down the ice. He'll change for Quinn Olshan of East Lyme, Connecticut, to enter the ice. Carson Dutcher back pressuring Danbury's attack. Shot is saved from Brendan Pellerito. Brendan Pellerito of Kalamazoo, Michigan, 2 seasons ago played for the Bozeman Ice Dogs of the NA3HL. Has since joined the Sea Captains last season. This is just his second start of the year as he was battling a lower body injury. Good to see him back in the net for the Sea Captains. Donzella with a Euro-esque move at the red line. Tim Hayden holds in the neutral zone waiting to be onside. He'll dump into the strong side corner. Jacob Begich meets the puck at the wall. Hayden whiffs on the shot. It's a 2-on-2 entry here for Danbury. Tim Hayden deflects the pass into the corner. Covered by Brendan Pellerito. Stop play. Sava Makarenko of Yorktown, New York, entering the ice now. He'll take Mitch Goodman off. See Sea Captains line up front of Jacob Begich, Sava Makarenko, and Angelo Donzella. Danbury wins the face-off. Whiff of the shot from the point. Puck goes wide. Danbury wins the puck race and retrieves. Jacob Begich recovers. Behind the Sea Captains net, he'll drive his feet up the ice. Outlet pass to Angelo Donzella. Goes just wide. Danbury looking to enter the zone again with a long cross-seam pass. Eric Massengill meets him at the blue line to shut that play down, but the puck's loose. Puck's dumped down and retrieved by Danbury. Tim Hayden racing up the ice into the Danbury zone. He'll go wide, puts a puck on net. Puck saved, put in the corner for Sava Makarenko. He's stapled to the boards. Tim Hayden playing very aggressive in the offensive zone out for the Sea Captains. Angelo Donzella looks to get the puck back. He'll try to put it on net, but it's just wide. Sava Makarenko there to press it back to the net. Angelo Donzella tied up there behind the net after the play. Uncharacteristic of him. We'll see Brian Essing, Carson Dutcher, and Nick Peluso on the front for Norwich here. Carson Dutcher replacing Jack Kinahan on that wing. Shane Mazer with the shot from the point that goes just wide, and Danbury will retrieve that. Brody True chips out. He'll enter the zone wide with pressure from Nick Peluso on his backside. Danbury keeps possession deep in the Sea Captain zone. A shot and a great save there from Brendan Pellerito. Sea Captains have changed up now with Tegan Byer, Quentin Olshan, Cam Halton, Daryl Smith, and Sean Loftus entering the ice. Daryl Smith, a native of Wichita, Kansas, played 10 games in the WSHL. Sean Loftus of South Boston, Massachusetts. High up at the draw. Puck just barely exits the zone. Danbury's D regroup with forecheck pressure from Cam Halton and Quinn Olshan. They dump in, but it's recovered by Daryl Smith, who hammers it up the boards. Daryl Smith with a huge hit there at the Sea Captain's blue line. And a close scoring chance from Danbury. Sean Loftus applying pressure with Danbury's forwards there below the goal line, but they managed to recover the puck, and a delayed penalty against the Sea Captains will be called. Cam Halton touches up. We'll see what the call is. Looks like Sea Captain's captain, number 27, Sean Loftus, will head to the box. Sean Loftus previously played in the NA3HL for the Northeast Generals and the New England Knights before joining the Sea Captains via trade last season from the Northeast Generals. Sea Captains will go with the same penalty kill unit, exchanging Shane Mazer for Eric Massingville on the back end. They get the puck out off the draw, pressured by Tegan Byer as Danbury tries to regroup. Danbury ices the puck down, retrieved by Tim Hayden, native of New Fairfield, Connecticut, employed by the Danbury Ice Arena where the Danbury Jr Hat call home. Wearing number 6 for the Sea Captains. Graduate, former captain of Immaculate High School, where he was recruited by head coach Kevin Cunningham to join the Danbury Hat-Tricks before he became the head coach of the Norwich Sea Captains. Danbury struggling to break the puck out here on their power play as pressure from Tegan Byer. Danbury works their way up the ice, however. Danbury with a great look there, just misses wide. Tim Hayden will pick it up behind the net and hammer the puck off the glass for the length of the ice. Sea Captains looking to change here on the penalty kill. Sea Captains penalty kill atop the league right now. Really aggressive forecheck. Not giving much air to the Danbury Hat-Tricks to break out. Looks like we have another delayed call here against the Sea Captains. It'll be a hooking call on number 21, Carson Dutcher. Multiple billet families and parents in the stands voicing their disapproval right now. The crowded penalty box right now sees goaltender Andrew Yoakum, Sean Loftus, Carson Dutcher, and Jack Kinahan, who is still sitting in the box. Andrew Yoakum with a stellar start to the season right now. Arguably the best goalie in Tier 3 junior hockey at the moment. Hayden and Mazer on the back end for Norwich's penalty kill, with Chris Hamilton up top for the 5-on-3. Cross-seam pass fails for Danbury, but they recover the puck, playing very low atop the circles in the offensive zone. Great block by Tim Hayden off a high danger chance for Danbury. Failed clear from Tim Hayden, sees Danbury regain the puck. Shot from the slot goes just wide, and a great save from Pellerito off a second chance from Brody True. Pellerito standing tall in net in the penalty kill. Danbury's head coach voicing his disapproval with his team's 4-on-3 power play. Tegan Byer will take the draw for Norwich with Daryl Smith and Eric Massengill on the back end. Byer wins it to the corner. Danbury moves it back up to Tamburo. Tamburo, a 2022 Null draft pick to the Danbury Jr Hat Null team. Tamburo back down the wall to True. True holding at the wall, moves it below the goal line. Danbury looking for options. Norwich gets a player back. We're at 5-on-4 power play right now. Tamburo pressured by Byer, and True stapled to the wall by Smith. Daryl Smith whacking away a pass to Brody True. Sees Cam Holton with a failed clearing attempt at the point. Brendan Pellerito standing tall again on a tip shot from the point. He's been fantastic so far on this power play. Penalty kill, I'm sorry. Tegan Byer clears the puck all the way on Danbury's goal. Their goalie will fire it the length of the ice for a zone entry, contested by Tim Hayden, puts the puck into the corner. Danbury looking to go low to high again. They'll carry below the net. Pressured once again by Tim Hayden and Shane Mazer. And Brody True moves it down the wall, knocked down by Cam Halton. True will stop the puck at the point. True seeing a lot of ice time on special teams here for Danbury. And Danbury will score. Brody True with his second assist. We'll see number 11 for Danbury. I don't have a lineup card for them. Fire home a shot from the point, beating Brendan Pellerito high to the glove side. Sea Captains need a big shift here. Still up 3-2 in this period. They'll go with Angelo Donzella, Sava Makarenko, and Jacob Begich on the front, with Tim Hayden and Eric Massengill on the back end for a big shift to respond to this goal. Tim Hayden off the face-off enters Danbury's zone. Looks to put a puck on net that's deflected by Jacob Begich. Begich knocking on the door of being at the pace of 1 assist per game. Sea Captains have seen his passing ability on display in each of their games so far. Guess he hasn't gotten an assist yet today, but definitely looking for one. Hasn't got his first junior goal yet, though. Eric Massengill pulls the shoot on the pinch. Jacob Begich will run into the corner and retrieve the puck. Begich with back pressure. The puck squeaks out of the zone, but it's hammered back in by Eric Massengill of Coppell, Texas. Sava Makarenko puts the puck back deep for Jacob Begich, who's hit. Battle in the corner here for possession. It's won by Danbury, who looks to move the puck up the ice now. They put the puck up the gut. Tim Hayden's there to throw a wrench in that breakout. Eric Massengill now for the Sea Captains regroups and sends up to Jacob Begich. Massengill turns back. Back for Begich. Looks for Donzella through the seam, but he misses the pass, and that'll go for icing. Massengill playing last year for the Dallas Penguins U18 team. Recruited by head coach Kevin Cunningham with the CCM Showcase in Denver, Colorado. Begich will take the face-off here for Norwich. Danbury looks to shoot off the draw, and a dangerous chance there. Tamburo now scores for Danbury, evens up the game in the third period off a slap shot from the face-off. Looks like it might have deflected something as Pellerito had a hard time tracking that puck high to his glove side. Danbury has life in this third period. Sea Captains assigning dangerous forward Brian Essing to face off here with Nick Peluso and Carson Dutcher to each side of him. Wins it back to Sean Loftus, puts it up to Dutcher. Puck goes into the bench. Brian Essing, 6th round selection of the Shreveport Mudbugs this past summer. Played just 23 games for the Sea Captains last year and put up 21 points. And that was enough for Shreveport to take a chance in him. This will be his first full season of junior hockey. Darryl Smith now picks up in front of the Sea Captains net. He'll rim it around. Puck gets out for Danbury, who's there. Tamburo now looking to regroup, fires the puck up the wall. Danbury can't quite enter the Sea Captain zone because Nick Peluso's there to recover the puck. Danbury applying a lot of pressure on their break-in right now. Sean Loftus puts the clamps on a 2-on-1. Danbury getting pucks in the dangerous areas of the Sea Captain's defensive zone. Brian Essing fails to get a puck deep, and Danbury is going to work back up the ice now, contested by Sean Loftus. And put back deep by Brian Essing. That puck will go for icing. Jack Kinahan now exiting the penalty box after quite a few minutes. Brody True will take the face-off for Danbury, facing off against Brian Essing. Jack Kinahan sent back to the penalty box, not sure what the deal is there. Danbury wins the face-off, gets the puck to the net, but stopped by Brendan Pellerito, picked up by Nick Peluso, who's going to carry up the ice. Peluso sandwiched by 3 Danbury players, gets the puck into the zone. Danbury struggling to regroup, but now they do. Entering the Sea Captain zone, contested by Sean Loftus and Cam Holton. A wide shot, sees the puck rim around the boards, but it's recovered by Brody True, puts it back in the zone. Danbury behind the net now, and a great save by Pellerito on a short side try from Danbury. Nick Peluso carrying the puck up to Norwich, puts it across to Cam Holton. Holton will wind up and take a slap shot, deflected on net. Danbury racing up the ice. Tegan Byer intercepts the pass at center ice and sends it back to Shane Mazur for a defensive zone regroup. Shane Mazur, rookie out of Weatherfield, Connecticut, for the Sea Captains. He's had a great campaign offensively so far. With 7 points in his first 8 junior hockey games. 2003 defenseman. Danbury now, with a lot of pressure, manages to break the puck out of their zone. With back pressure from Tegan Byer, runs the play into Shane Mazur, who will clear it back up the glass. Beagle for Danbury, moving through the neutral zone. Miscue on a pass there. Plays him up by Jimmy McManus. Contests the play into the corner. Shane Mazur chasing Danbury. And a great shot blocked by Cam Holton there. Cam Holton with another block. He's no stranger to blocking shots for the Sea Captains as he struggles to get up. Likely won't be his last block of the game. Mitch Goodman now replacing Cam Holton on the ice. It'll be a wholesale line change for the Sea Captains. It's Quinn Olshan, Jacob Begich, and Mitch Goodman come onto the ice. With Camden Borns and Tim Hayden on the back end. Borms, another rookie for the Sea Captains, joining them from Michigan. Signed as a free agent with the Sea Captains. He's been impactful as well, starting to find his way into the lineup more consistently. Borms, a 2004 defenseman. Some protests in the face-off here from Quinn Olshan, who loses the draw. It's put back to the point. Oh, and a great save by Pellerito off a deflected puck. Jacob Begich tries to work the puck up the wall, but can't. The puck's recovered by Danbury. Put it into a dangerous area once again. Danbury up high in the zone. Met by Tim Hayden, who clears the puck. Jacob Begich runs onto it. He'll look to enter the zone, but he can't. Intercepted pass from Jacob Begich. He now works below, but loses the puck to Danbury, who races up the ice. Camden Borns with a great hit in front of the Sea Captain's bench. Borms breaks out to Goodman, who fires across to Jacob Begich. Begich looking for a cross-seam pass to Olshan, who finds it. Olshan with the puck deflected on net for a whistle in the offensive zone. Sea Captain's going with a high-caliber offensive line here, and Brian Essing centering Salva Makarenko and Angelo Donzella. Darryl Smith and Sean Loftus, two steady defensemen on the back end. Donzella contests the puck below the goal line, bangs it back to the other corner. Danbury on the breakout, it's recovered by Sean Loftus, who fires across the ice. Cam Burrow breaks the puck out up the wall. Danbury is now entering 2-on-2, but it's met by Darryl Smith and shut down at the blue line. Danbury dumps it in for Sean Loftus to retreat. He's got time and space here. He'll move it up to Makarenko, but the play's clamped down at the blue line and called offside. Sea Captains will keep the same group on the ice here. Donzella back to Smith. Fires the puck up the wall. Takes a funny bounce and can't get out. Now a shot goes wide for Danbury. That was another dangerous chance here in this third period. Makarenko drives the puck out of the zone for Essing. Essing gives to Smith. Smith drops for Donzella, who fires a puck. Danbury looking to break out. Salva Makarenko meeting Brody True at the red line to shut that down. Tambero regroups, moves the puck up the wall. Sean Loftus once again ending that breakout, hammering the puck back into the Danbury zone. Tim Hayden now retrieving the puck in the Sea Captain zone. He'll take his time and fire it up the ice to Tegan Byer, who tips the puck into the offensive zone for no icing. Cam Halton back on the ice after struggling to get up from one of his many shot blocks. Tim Hayden, a big shot from the point, deflected just wide in front of the net. Cam Halton on the forecheck. Tim Hayden won't pinch here. A little bit of risk management there from the Norwich D. Eric Massengill now recovers the puck in the D zone, racing up the ice with 4 hat-tricks in front of him. Jack Kinahan fresh off the bench, ready to buzz after being in the penalty box for 10 minutes. Carson Dutcher intercepts a pass for the Sea Captains to re-enter the zone. That play goes offsides. Jack Kinahan seeing some explosive offensive production so far this year. He was the last captain in Trinity Catholic history before the school was shut down, where he put up prolific numbers. Danbury wins the face-off back into their zone. Danbury failing to regroup. Essing can't pull the trigger there. Essing now recovers, enters the zone again, and the play's called offsides. Offsides there was Kinahan looking to offer a slip outlet there for Essing to pass the puck to. Tim Hayden now will take Jimmy McManus off the ice. Jimmy McManus is the first-year player for the Sea Captains, 2004 defenseman from Virginia. Norwich now with Nick Peluso, Brian Essing, and Jack Kinahan up front. 3 of their top point-producing forwards. With 40 seconds left here in this third period, they're looking to bury one. Norwich going with a more offensive and aggressive last minute here. As they try to break out. Nicky Peluso fights up the wall, but Danbury recovers in the middle and a save by Pellerito off a soft shot from Danbury. Norwich now going with their defensive specialists, Tegan Byer, Cam Halton on the front, along with Quinn Olshan, Shane Mazer, and Tim Hayden. Tegan Byer, the face-off specialist, will take this one against Brody True. He wins it back to Olshan, who fails to clear. Tim Hayden meets True in the corner, but True spins off and fires a puck just wide. Cam Holton now racing up the ice, breaks the puck out for the Sea Captains. He'll get it into the offensive zone. Olshan fires it back in, as Tegan Byer now will hunt for the puck. And we will be going to overtime. 3-on-3 for 5 minutes, followed by a shootout. This will be Norwich's third time this season going into extra innings. See Danbury with their players sitting on the bench while coach addresses them. Meanwhile, Norwich, the opposite, coach standing on the bench while their players are addressed on the ice. Carson Dutcher, another newcomer for the Sea Captains, joining them from Derby, Kansas. Childhood friend of Daryl Smith, helped him find his way to Norwich. Notable chemistry between the two, both Western Connecticut natives, and both forwards here for the Sea Captains. Kinahan pressures, runs him into Tim Hayden. Tim Hayden will run off on the wall. Hayden pressured now in his defensive zone, supported by Brian Essing. Reese Tamburo patrols the blue line for Danbury. Jack Kinahan recovers the puck in front of Sea Captain's net, and he's contested by Reese Tamburo. Tim Hayden now with time and space behind the Sea Captain's net. Danbury won't put pressure on him. He'll give to Brian Essing, who cuts back. Brian Essing scanning the ice. Will give it to Jack Kinahan, who advances forward. Jack Kinahan entering wide into the Danbury zone. He'll wind up and fire one into the crest. Danbury's goaltender. Norwich now changing. They'll go with Shane Mazer, Angelo Donzella, and Tegan Byer. Byer and Donzella on the front with Mazer on the back end. True wins the face-off for Danbury, recovered by Tamburo. He'll wait behind the net, pressured by Donzella. Donzella flushes him out. Tamburo's going to race up the ice. Short side shot just misses the net. Now Brody True and Tegan Byer battling in the Norwich corner. Brody True will come out with that one. Moves the puck low to high. Tegan Byer with a great stick to shut down a scoring opportunity. Now Angelo Donzella will opt not to race up the ice and instead regroup. Some of the European instinct we see from Donzella. Tegan Byer now recovering, entering the Sea Captain's zone. The puck's knocked off a stick. Donzella now waiting to regroup. He looks for Mazer. Mazer gets it, looks to advance. He'll rush up the ice. Winds and fires an absolute laser, misses far side high. Sava Makarenko now pressuring Danbury's regroup. He'll chase behind the net. Makarenko out there now with Jacob Begich and Eric Massengill. Makarenko with the short side backhand chance goes just over the net. Eric Massengill now meeting Brody True to shut that play down. Sea Captains arguing for a hook and call. It's a 2-on-1 now with Sava Makarenko and Eric Massengill. Shut down by Danbury's D. Massengill cycles high to Begic, who will put it on net. Blocked by Danbury. Eric Massengill chasing behind the net now. Very aggressive overtime for the Sea Captains. Eric Massengill doing a great job getting back after an aggressive offensive shift there. He'll press up the ice and meet Igorov at the Sea Captains' blue line to shut the play down. Puck's recovered by Jacob Begic, who will curl and wait. Begic now across the ice to Makarenko, who will enter 1-on-2. He'll delay and delay. Finds a seam for Tim Hayden. Puck goes just out of the zone. Tim Hayden will curl back. Tim Hayden up the wall now, looking for Jack Kinahan to run onto it. Jack Kinahan, like a bull in a china shop. Now it's a 2-on-1, Jack Kinahan and Brian Essing. Brian Essing ends the game for Norwich in overtime. Brian Essing with his third goal of the season. Came in with a slow start, just 2 goals in his first 8 games. Had a 3-point night tonight.